insurance has decided to kind of screw us over once again.
Our plan is $1,000 a month. It says you have a deductible of like $7,000.
So we're just gonna jump right into it and tell you guys what is going on, because a lot has been going on. Today we have an appointment. Tomorrow we have another doctor's appointment. Insurance has decided to kind of screw us over once again.
I genuinely do not understand why this happens to us.
It does.
Like we mentioned previously in another video, we lost our health insurance coverage and they changed our insurance plan. Before, we had already met our max out of pocket for both Janice and I, and we were going to all of our services, all of our appointments, everything is covered because we've already paid our max out of pocket. And imagine Janice being pregnant, blood work, all kinds of ultrasounds, doctor visits, follow-ups with the endocrinologist, cardiologist, you name it. And they dropped our health insurance marketplace tax credit that helped us pay for our plan every single month, and since they dropped that, we had to get a new plan. Now, they auto-enrolled us into a different plan. I did not choose this plan, but when I spoke to the person at Florida Blue over the phone, and I told them, I was like, okay, but my concern is deductible. I don't want a deductible, and I would like low costs of service. If I have to pay more, I'll do that. And imagine, our plan is $1,000 a month. And apparently, we have like a $3,000-$4,000 deductible. I don't know why the hell would I want to pay $1,000 a month and have a high deductible. Like, that is a ridiculous amount of money. So, he told me there wasn't. I thought there wasn't. Why should I doubt what the insurance agent on the phone is telling me? Just like, why should I doubt the health marketplace person on the phone? Why should I doubt what they're telling me? Apparently, I got to call 3 times and confirm, because we went to go do an ultrasound for Janice last week, and they're like, yeah, it's going to be $155. And I was like, that's a very high amount. How much is the insurance charge? Like, no, that's the full price because you have a deductible. I was like, no, we don't have a deductible. The lady's like, all right, hold on, I'll be right back. Comes back 10 minutes later and goes, that's what the insurance is showing me. She showed her little iPad. She's like, it says you have a deductible of like $7,000. And I was like, are you like kidding me? Long story short, we had to pay cash for that ultrasound. Cool. I am now on my way to see my GI doctor because I had to do some special blood work for my Stellara. Yes. And following up with that, which I need to do a follow-up, and Janice is like doing my check-in online, which they always do now, and it's telling me that I have to pay $110 to see the doctor. And I'm just like, why the hell do I have insurance? I don't want to pay $110 every single time I have to go see a doctor. For us, that's unrealistic since we see doctors so regularly. For somebody who never goes, maybe once or twice a year at most, sure, you can slide with that, but not us.
I'm frustrated. We have like 2 other doctor's appointments this week, so imagine practically paying $100 per doctor appointment, and we were pretty much blindsided by all this.
Yep, and it's funny how this is all occurring towards the end of Janice's pregnancy.
Yeah.
And imagine how much labor and delivery is going to be in a hospital. All emergency services, whatever else they do, labs, anything and everything, you name it. And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me that now we're going to be hit with this. And imagine, in the hospital, like, if you don't have money, that's fine. They bill you, not a big deal. But then you're left with that money afterwards that you have to pay.
Bill, yeah.
And we try not to have bills like that. And imagine how much it is for labor and delivery, plus at least 2-3 days of hospitalization per se.
A lot of you guys ask, like, why does this always happen to you? I have no idea. Like
genuinely, I don't try to do this on purpose, and
we want it to be smooth. Every year there's something like this happens, and we try to make it a smooth sailing when it comes down to our health. No, we can't have that. And
the thing is that, like, the previous problem was that somebody from the health marketplace did not give me the correct information, and I saw a lot of comments go, well, they have to fix it, they have to.
No.
I was on the phone for like 3 days, multiple supervisors appealing, like, what can we do because you guys lied to me. They don't care.
They gave us 2 additional days of coverage. You cannot do anything with 2 additional days. Hey, let's call a doctor's appointment. We need to like get this done in 2 days before our
insurance stops.
Yeah, like it wasn't realistic. But in their eyes, they thought they were throwing us a bone.
And they genuinely don't care. And I worked with insurance. I was an insurance broker for many, many years. It's been getting worse over these last like 4 years. It's been getting so much worse dealing with insurance and corporations, because when you give an insurance company free reign to do whatever they want, they don't care about people. They only care about making money. They don't care to help anybody.
And Paul was saying it, they probably did all this on purpose, found a loophole just because, I am pregnant. I
a lot of money.
Do see my doctors, like more doctors every month. I probably have like so many different appointments. So
like imagine before we had maybe 1 appointment every month at most. That's a lot. Now it's 3-4 appointments a month.
Yeah.
Including ultrasounds and then blood work and then follow-ups and then more of this, like it's a lot.
I am costing the insurance a lot of money, and they probably were like, you know what, we need to figure out a loophole so we can get some money back in return.
And I know somebody's gonna comment saying they won't do that. That's not how that works. It
just happened.
It absolutely works that way, 100%. They will never, obviously, they're never gonna openly say it, but these companies, how do you think insurance companies make money? Everybody pays premium and then they have to pay out. They're gonna find any excuse not to pay out, because then they keep that monthly money every single month. And imagine, we just paid $1,000 a month and I still have to pay for all my covered services because I have a high deductible, even though the guy told me I don't have a deductible.
Yeah. A lot of you guys out there are wondering, why is, the decline in our population going down? It's because people cannot afford to have children. Like, dealing with insurance and seeing doctors is a huge expense now. And it wasn't like that in the beginning. It was doable. Now we're just like, okay, this is getting overwhelming with medical bills, like really badly. And it's just not even on my end, it's also for Paul as well with his Crohn's. So we are on our way to Paul's GI. Behind the camera, Paul's like, I'm not doing this appointment if we have to pay over $100. Like, it's not happening.
It's not realistic.
But this appointment is still very serious for us.
Mm-hmm.
We have to see the doctor. We are going to talk about Paul's Crohn's disease, his Stelara, and possibly upping his dose in a sense to, instead of every 6 weeks, every 4 weeks. So this is an important appointment. So I'm trying to convince them, like, we gotta do this. We have to go in. You guys didn't see our past vlog with our OBGYN. At 12 weeks, they're already giving me the bill.
It was literally just labor and delivery, like physician fees and things like that. It was like $900, and I was like, what the hell is the insurance for?
Like, we already hit our out-of-pocket max and the deductible. So we were like, you gotta talk to the insurance again, because we were like, we don't need to pay that. Now I'm nervous that we're gonna go back and they're like, oh, well, new insurance, you gotta pay it now. And we're just like, seriously?
And again, prepayment of certain services like that, I get that can happen in certain situations, but for something like labor and delivery that you do not know what can happen, it can be very easy, it can be very complicated. And not just wait till the end when everything's done to send the bill, because that just makes so much more sense. And, some doctors' offices are trying to get paid in cash. Another problem is that you have insurance, you go to a doctor's office, the doctor charges $200 to see patients, but they have a contracted agreement with the insurance company, and the insurance says, I'm only gonna pay $100. But they accept the insurance, so they accept those terms. Cool. But that takes them weeks, maybe even months to get paid, because they have to submit the claim, wait for the insurance to approve it, and then send them the money. They prefer you to pay cash because they get paid today. So
once again, to recap, we are on our way to Paul's GI, specialized GI. Paul did do another Prometheus test. Paul, what's a Prometheus test?
So Prometheus test is a specialized test for certain medications, illnesses. It's a very special thing that not every single lab does it. So for me, the test that I had to do was for checking the level of Stelara in my body at the end of my 6 weeks of being on the medication itself. Reason for this, because they want to check to see if the Stelara in my body after 6 weeks is still at a therapeutic level. because some people can process the medication differently. Maybe my body just processes it so fast that I need it more frequent, or that I am at a therapeutic level, but just my body is not responding to it, and at that point, a different action has to be taken. It can be a different medication, like Entyvio, completely different biologic, or adding something else onto it, like I used to take one called Imuran, or doing something else to help get me over that ledge to see me feel better.
So for today's appointment, we're gonna go over the results, and Paul was doing Stelara every 6 weeks. So the doctor already talked about it and how Paul's symptoms were, possibly, you know, upping the dose and moving it to every 4 weeks.
And 6 is technically a clinical trial. 4 is still going to be a clinical trial.
Oh.
And then if they add something else on, it is also a clinical trial.
All right, so we are here. Orion's excited. We got to get inside, and we'll let you guys know how this appointment goes. Let's take you guys along for the ride. So guys, we are here in the back. Thankfully, Paul did not have to pay that expensive bill because the receptionist was super nice
Yeah.
and let us slide on in, like, you know.
She's like, that doesn't seem right, so just do your appointment and then handle your insurance and do it.
She even said it. She's like, that's really high. So that made us feel a little bit better that we're not the ones
Crazy.
going crazy. Yeah, exactly. So we're waiting for the doctor, and we'll update you guys afterwards.
Is this your first colonoscopy, or have you had one before? Many before.
Many.
Okay. You're a pro.
He loves doing them.
God, no.
That's why you were talking about that good nap, right?
You blink and you're done.
Is this for colon or both endo and colon?
Assuming they're gonna do both, right?
So guys, we're done with the appointment, but I wanted to show you guys my waddle. Let's do this. Like, I feel so much heavier. I'm trying to walk normal.
She waddles. It's so cute.
Does it look bad? No, you look good. I'm trying to be normal, but it's like, oh.
You look good, babe.
Thank you. So we are back in the car. We did get a little bit of snacks here and there because I was getting hangry really badly. I even told Paul, I was just like, I need an icy Coke. It's not a want.
It's a need.
It's a need. And I got what I needed.
Yep. Happy wife, happy life.
This is like one of my biggest cravings. Like, I love my icy Cokes.
So the appointment went successful, I think. We spoke to the doctor, his nurse practitioner was there, as well as his medical assistant, and they said that my level of Stelara in my body is good, and that where I'm at is pretty good place with Stelara, thankfully. Now, why is it that I'm feeling bad? Why is it that I'm having a little bit more sensitivity, possibly flares here and there? So that's the question that needs to be answered.
Because this month, the month of July, Paul has not been doing the best. He has been struggling a lot more often. And the biggest issue that we have is that he uses the bathroom before, like, maybe 1 or 2 in the afternoon, like probably 8 times. But towards the afternoon, in the evening, he actually does feel a little bit better.
It's kind of crazy. Like when I first wake up, pain, discomfort, not doing the best. But by like afternoon, late night, oh, I'm golden at night. Like I'm fine. But it's just the mornings and the middays are rough on me. The doctor has decided to do lots and lots of blood work. Like, I mean, I saw the paper and it's like the list is like a solid like that on the paper of how much blood work I'm gonna do. Do some stool samples as well, trying to check for any kind of underlying infection, anything like that, which could also give me these type of symptoms that I'm having, as well as an MRI. So occasionally I do have to do certain imaging for Crohn's disease. It could be, like I did earlier this year, a DEXA scan for the bones and CT scans. He decided to go with the MRI because it's a little bit more detailed in imaging, and it's going to show parts of my GI tract that they can't see on the scope, like the small intestines, and check to see if there's anything there.
That's gonna be fun.
And the biggest thing is that I now have to do a colon and endoscopy once again.
Which, if you guys have been longtime viewers, you guys know Paul hates doing those. Anybody with Crohn's or any GI issues struggled with doing these types of preps before colon and endoscopy.
It's not the actual procedure. The procedure's a breeze. I love doing that because you walk in, you get an IV, get some fluids, you blink, and then you're done. You go home, you feel great, you eat, you're done. It's the prep that is horrendous.
The prep is what knocked Paul down onto his booty.
Yeah, and you know, me with my stomach being sensitive, you know, more sensitive than the average person's stomach, those like laxatives they give you, that hits my stomach like a ton of bricks. I can't, like, it gives me pain every time I have to do it.
So that was about it, guys, for today's vlog. You know, as my pregnancy is coming closer and closer to that beautiful delivery and Labor Day, I honestly, guys, struggle with vlogging. I just want to rest, take it easy. So
Can you blame her though?
yeah, like, this one's almost here. In August, she should be officially here. Oh my God, we're so excited. We get nervous because then we think we're like, wow, in September, we're gonna be parents.
Pretty much, yeah.
So this is where we ended. We still have other things to figure out, such as our insurance. Thankfully, the receptionist today was amazing and was like, this doesn't seem right. So we definitely have to contact them and be like, what is going on exactly? And figure that out. And we'll see for the future. But do not worry, guys. We'll keep keeping you guys updated and letting you know what is going on. So this is where we end it. I'm gonna take a chill and relax, and we hope you guys are doing the same thing. So for now, adieu and goodbye.